This is such a vibe. I'm so glad claw clips came back in style. Like, such a game changer, bro. But baby, you're on my world. Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. It's been a while since I filmed and actually like uploaded something for once. I'm speaking it to existence. I'm gonna post this. I have been going through like a weird plateau in like my spiritual journey, and it was interesting because I felt like before I hit that little dip in life, I was doing really well. And then I think some external factors contributed to like a downward spiral of things. And it wasn't like a dark night of the soul type of ordeal where I was like at an all-time low and I was like thinking really bad thoughts, but I was more on the negative side. And the way I described it was like a 3-week slump. And when I was explaining to my boyfriend and my friends about where I was at in life, I guess reflecting on what I was saying to them, because I feel like the way you describe things to people actually helps you realize like where your mind is at, because sometimes our emotions are sending signals to our thoughts about how we feel, but it takes a while for us to completely consciously process that. It took a really long time to come into full circle as to what the reasons were as to why I was having a 3-week slump. One of the main reasons that contributed to, I guess, just my low frequency was having to go to work in the morning and having to work with someone who stressed me out because they couldn't manage the shift. They were not a good shift lead, they didn't have great work ethic, and I would be really stressed out because at Starbucks, like, you have to be planted at a certain spot because our rush hours are from 7 to 9, and it was just not managed well. So I felt like I really had to pick up the slack of coworkers who weren't picking up their pace. In no way am I hating my coworker. I completely understand people have their different work ethics, and I'm very understanding why people are the way they are, but I think it really got to me because during this time as well, I remember I was entering a state of my period cycle where I was really fatigued, and so most of the days I would just be laying in bed, sleeping, and I would have no motivation. Having to go on the computer and edit videos seemed very daunting for me, and also energetically, I couldn't feel happy. Like, you know how when you feel happy, you just know that emotion is so intense and amazing, but then when you feel like really low, you know how that feels. I was feeling normal, but to the extent of not being able to feel happiness. Say if happy was a scale from like 1 to 10. I was like a 3 happy, but I wasn't like a 10 happy, you know? I feel like everything I usually feel when I'm doing small things like preparing food or taking a good shower, like even after I didn't feel like energetically you're on a high frequency, you know? So it was a very interesting process for me to go through because I was just questioning, like, why do I feel this way? Like, what is going on with me? Is there something attacking me spiritually? Is there something that is affecting me that I'm not realizing? Like, I was just kind of on this detective mode to figure out where I was coming from. And in addition, I felt really stuck on my YouTube stuff because I filmed a week in a life working at Starbucks, and that video became very lengthy and I waited too long, so I feel really scrambled doing that. And I just knew I wanted to finish that video, but I didn't have the willpower. Like, I really had to force myself to do it, and every time I did it, it was okay during the process, but I just like couldn't bring myself to finish it. Sorry y'all, my camera died. Kind of losing my train of thought. So over time, like literally throughout February, I was thinking, what is going on? I just feel like I'm not making the proper progress to make strides in my career and where I want to go in life. And so, just so funny that everything just kind of wrapped up in just this recent week. This is the first week of This is the second week of March, and I was like out all February, right? In divine timing, a lot of the things finally just kind of clicked for me. I realized that what I was physically doing day to day, I wasn't taking actions to make me feel like my high vibrational self. I would do the things I love, but I wouldn't like take the moment to actually feel it, to actually like physically feel and like vibrationally feel like the growth, you know? And I realized that the problem was I was in my head way too much. And I just started reading The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. It's like this little mini book. It's very nice, very like vintage looking, but also modern and classic. And after reading this, all the things I learned in this like weird slump tied in together. When I started going to work and I started having stresses at work, it was continuously reflecting back stress. It was continuously reflecting back negative thoughts. I kept telling myself the narrative that I was in a slump place, work is too stressful, I'm not happy. So I was creating that reality for myself. And when I started reading this book and just the way it was written, and I just feel like this book came to me at a perfect timing. So everything I read, it made me realize that I was not aware about this information. Like, this book and its information ties in with everything that I'm working for. And I feel like everything in divine timing, you know, when even though I was feeling slumped during the past February, here I am, second week of March, feeling better, feeling more awake, more ready to like face the challenges of the world and everything. And so I just want to like remind you guys that everything is in divine timing. Even no matter how slumped you feel, just trust the process. Because honestly, I really do trust the process. I really do trust that the universe will have things unfold for me along the way. And I think having that faith is like such a beautiful word, right? Like having that faith and believing that things are going to work out for the better and taking it day by day, like just having that at the core of your soul, like I think you can get through everything and anything, because constantly we are learning new information, new material for us to develop in our lives. And the books that come to you, the TikToks that come onto your For You page, the videos that come up on your recommended on YouTube, like these are like little universal pushes and nudges to get you to that like higher level of consciousness. And the way I see life is that we are so universally like one, right? And everyone is just divided in like small pieces. And so the more like little, and like we're technically like a big picture, but we're like puzzle pieces just scattered out. So say one corner of the puzzle piece is like family, relations, healing your childhood trauma, healing your inner child, then you'll gather those pieces probably when you're like in your early teens, and maybe that has to be paused so you can focus on career building, like putting the puzzle pieces of your career on that corner of the picture. And then that can be like worked on along the way, but then maybe you need to start learning how to become more confident and putting yourself out there. Like it just all comes together, and I just feel so much more at ease, that like I'm feeling so much better. I feel like I have a brand new perspective, and I feel like I was given extra weaponry for me to go out to my adventure. Like, you know, when you're playing video games and you get like more items for you to like go out, like Minecraft, when you get more supplies, like that's how I feel. Like it makes me feel really good, and I feel like I'm taking every single step needed to get myself to the point of becoming the content creator I want. And time can feel so long, but we don't have to make it feel long. If you don't want it to, then choose not to put your attention on time. Try not to focus on the outcome and try to detach yourself from it. And that is one of the things I learned as well along this little era of mine, this spiritual journey of mine, for this month, for this February and March. So yeah, I just wanted to share my experience, and I just wanted to casually talk because I think I feel most comfortable just like having heart-to-heart conversations, and I'm like working my throat chakra and my communication skills and my confidence to like put this out there. So I feel really good, and I feel like I am like picking myself up from like stumbling, and I can run again, you know? So yeah, I will catch you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching this casual one, and please let me know if you have any thoughts. I would love to hear them. Thank you.